Hello and welcome back to another episode of Overkill Trading. Ladies and gentlemen, we've had a bloody day today off of the news that Israel is striking Iran. World War III is obviously an event we didn't see coming, we can't see coming, but the charts right now, guys, are not giving any warning signs at the moment. You can see Ethereum was right back down here on June 5th. That was last Thursday. So last week, okay, you can see I got these arrows pointed here because this is indicating that we are bouncing at a higher level. So Ethereum pulled back to this level, okay, right there. We bottomed at like 2380 last week, okay? That was last week's low, okay? And today we bottomed right there at 2436. So this is actually bullish. It's bullish, guys. People are panicking. When you panic, okay, when the retail panics, okay, that is when the smart money is buying. Okay, I am very strong on my stance that we are sitting somewhere in this area for all altcoins. Okay, we're not to the euphoric top yet where retail is just super excited. Retail is either bearish or very uncertain right now. Okay, when I say retail, I mean the average retail investor. Okay, just like back in December when everyone was excited after Trump got elected. Okay, that was the time to be selling. That was the time to be taking profits. We saw that on the charts. Okay, and Ethereum is still holding its green dot on the monthly, guys. You can see right here. Okay, we're still up 2% even with the dip over the last couple days this month. And that signal is still holding on the chart. So as you can see, every time Ethereum has gotten this green dot on the monthly chart with the wave down here for the last 6 years, okay, this is 6 years of data we're looking at, guys. It has been an epic buying opportunity for it and altcoins, okay? So, again, Ethereum, green dot on the monthly chart. That is the most bullish indication we can get as swing traders. If you guys are new here, we are swing traders. We are not day traders, okay? We're looking for the macro move, okay? We're not looking for the itty-bitty tiny pumps and dumps every single day. But you could see, just by looking at our indicator that we use here, okay, this green dot on the monthly chart of Ethereum has called the bottom for the last 6 years. Okay, back here in 2019, $150. Right here in 2020, you can see it was right there at 100 and same price, 150 bucks. It went all the way up to 5,000. Okay, if you would have entered on those back in 2019 and 2020, you guys made 4,000% if you held all the way to the red dot. Okay. Same thing, we pulled back here in January. This was of 2023. This was a little more recent, about 2.5 years ago. You were buying Ethereum right there at 1,200. It went up to 4,000. That was a 230% move if you held to this red dot. Okay? And same thing here, guys. Again, everything we do here is based on data and logic. I don't care what the news says. I don't care what anybody says. I am going off of the indicator because the indicator has been right 100% of the time if you're taking this as a signal to buy and hold, okay? And this doesn't mean we're going to $4,000 or $5,000 tomorrow, okay? It's going to take time, okay? This signal is an indication that we are going up for the next 1 to 6 months. 6 months from now is in December, guys, in December, okay? So if you guys go look at my TikTok where I posted this signal today, everybody's commenting, oh my God, like, you're an idiot, right? I don't care. They don't understand the strategy, right? Because in 1 to 6 months, I'm willing to be wrong in the short term to be right in the long term, okay? We're focusing toward the end of August to November. That is where I believe the top of altcoin season is going to be. And the top of altcoin season will be when that stochastic RSI here, this light blue line comes up here and touches the white dotted line. That is where we're going to be looking to sell. It called the exact top of altcoin season right here in March of 2024, and it called it right here in 2021. You can see how that correlates with the price. Ethereum was up here at 4,500, touched the white dotted line, called the top. It ended up going a little bit higher, but we're not trying to get out at the top. We're trying to get out around it. Okay, same thing back here, February 2024, March 2024. We topped out at 4,000, okay, and we're only sitting at 20. So the white dotted line on the indicator, guys, that indicates the 100 value, okay, and we're literally sitting at 20, okay, 20 in the value. See that on the side of my screen? So once that gets back up there to 100, that is where we will be saying sell. That is where we will be taking profits. But today, this close is extremely bullish. All the fear, all the FUD. Remember, the smart money, the smart guys, the people who are institutional investors, I'm talking about BlackRock, I'm talking about, Citadel and these big hedge funds. They can't buy your Ethereum down here, guys, unless you sell. And like I'm telling you, if you look at the chart, if you zoom out of the chart, okay, all these traders are in here on a 5-minute chart. They see this on a 5-minute chart and they panic. They're like, "Oh my God, it's over. We're in a bear market now." Okay, after we go down for 45 minutes. Okay, and then what happens? We get a nice big rebound, and I'm telling you guys, we were just at these prices last week. You're seeing a number of double bottoms right now. This isn't even a double bottom. It's actually a higher low. That's even more bullish than a double bottom. So nothing changes here, folks, over the last couple days. We went up and we came back down and retested the level. We bounced at the same or lower than we are bouncing right here on Ethereum. So we're still extremely, extremely bullish on altcoins and Ethereum. The only thing you should be thinking about right now is holding or buying more if you're using our strategy. And if you guys are new to the channel, we have a very, very specific strategy that we use. You can find the trading rules over here inside of the Discord. Okay, we are swing traders. We focus on a monthly and a daily chart. Our time frame after we buy is for 1 to 6 months out. We are not day traders. If we buy something and it goes down the next day, we don't panic. We don't sell. Because when we bought, we were buying for the prices, okay, 1 to 6 months from now. Okay, because our indicator generally gives us the direction. And if you're trading a monthly, right, the longer term time frames, you need to wait longer to get your gains. Okay, but as you can see on that Ethereum chart, the monthly signals are the most accurate. Okay, these green dots are the most accurate on the monthly chart. Why? Because there's more data on the monthly chart. That's where the most data is. Okay, so I know everybody wants it to go up to $5,000 tomorrow. I would love that if Ethereum went to $5,000 tomorrow. But is that realistic? No, it's not. It's not. It's not realistic. It's going to take months. And I've been telling you guys for the last 2 months, the top will most likely come between August and November. That is the target, okay? So if you see Ethereum break down and go down 2% again tomorrow, don't panic. We're 1 to 6 months out. I know that's hard for some people to understand, but that is how you have to play the signal, okay? If you don't want to wait 1 to 6 months, go into the 5-minute chart, okay? Buy here and sell here. Sit at your computer all day long and try to play every single one of these signals on the 5-minute chart. This is just from today. Okay, this is all the dots we've gotten just today on a 5-minute chart. Does that look like fun? Does that look like something you want to be a part of there? No, it's not. Okay, that's why we use the monthly chart. The last time a green dot came with the blue wave down here on the monthly on Ethereum was back in November of 2023, guys. November of 2020. 2.5 years ago, you got this signal, this bottoming signal. 2.5 years. It's been 2.5 years. Do you remember what you were doing 2.5 years ago? Okay, probably not. Okay, but you're getting the signal here. These signals don't come around every day. That's why this is extremely important time to dig in. Don't get distracted. They're throwing the entire book at us right now. World War III, civil unrest, and all these things do play a factor in the markets, guys. A World War III, if the United States enters into a war, I don't know what's going to happen to the charts, man. I don't. Right? That's like a COVID-19 event, right? A COVID-19 event where you just don't see it coming. But the thing about COVID-19, let's go to Bitcoin's chart real quick and see what happened when COVID-19 popped off. Okay, that was all the way back where? That was back in 2020. That was all the way back here. Okay, right about here. March, April of 2020. Right there, COVID-19 happened. Bitcoin was $6,000. That was a big panic event. Everyone panicked. Everyone said, oh, shit. Okay, so let's just go back there on a daily chart. All the way back here to 2020. I'm telling you guys. Okay, remember, the media is controlled by the smart money. You guys understand that? Okay, CNN, Fox News, CNBC, most of Twitter, okay? They're all controlled by a handful of people, okay, who own those media channels. Okay, they're the smart money. So how they get you guys to sell, how they get you guys to panic sell at these low prices is by creating fear. Oh my God, Israel's nuking Iran. Okay, obviously that's terrible, man. I mean, that happening is awful, but the truth is, people get bombed every day, right? There's terrorist attacks every day. I'm not downplaying it, but it happens every day. But there's only certain times, right, where they put it in the media, and they're trying to create fear. They're trying to create panic. Will it cause a crash? I don't know. Okay, but this was the COVID dip right here. This was the COVID dip right here in 2020. Okay, you can see Bitcoin was at 10,000. It dropped all the way down to 4,000 within like 2 weeks. And then what did it do after it dipped? It did the ripski. So imagine how stupid you would have felt if you would have sold that panic when everyone else was panicking. Okay, because one thing I talked to, my dad went and talked to a financial advisor one time. I actually went with him, and he said something that really stuck with me. Okay, when the market is red, when the market is dipping, right? When we're red and we're just going down. Okay, not like Bitcoin today, because Bitcoin's actually green today while everyone else is panicking. And by the way, if we can get this video to 300 likes, guys, I'll give away 300 XRP on today's stream. So smash that like. And if we can do it on the replay, I'll give away 100. But what he said was that when the market is down, when the market is red, okay, everybody is down. You're down. I'm down. Everybody's down on their positions, right? What matters is how you react. So all those people that panic sold that COVID dip back in what? 2020, right? 2020. We got to go back all the way down here, right? If you panic sold down here at $3,000 to $4,000, $4,000 or $5,000, while everyone else was uncertain, while everyone else was scared, rather than just maybe closing the laptop or putting your phone to the side and ignoring what was going on, because again, everybody was down at that time. Okay, and then again, what happened after the big panic? It went 10x. Okay, so don't be fearful. You guys can't be emotional with investing. You can't. Okay, you can't panic sell every single day you get a red day. And if you can't take a 10% dip, if you can't stand it, you shouldn't be investing in cryptocurrency. You can't. It's just not going to work for you. Go trade the SPY. Go trade names like Microsoft, Apple, so on and so forth. But the crypto market right now, because of the market cap, is a very, very small market cap. Therefore, it's very easily manipulated. That's what causes. I mean, the last 3 days, right, some of these names, I mean, look at, I mean, they pumped Chainlink up from $12 all the way up to $15. Okay, that was like a 30% move, right? 22% move. And then what did they do? They pushed it right back down to the same price. And everyone's losing their minds, right? You see retail panicking. We're at the same price we were last week. Nothing has changed in the macro time frame. Okay, the macro time frame is still very oversold here. So just because we're at the same price here doesn't mean we should panic. We're right where we were last week. We're right where we were. Same exact support level back here in May. Can it come down to $10 again? Yeah, it could. But are you going to panic sell down there? Or are you just going to sit on your hands and hold and wait till it goes back up, guys? Because again, our selling strategy is pretty simple. Okay, it's over here in the rules. I'm not going to really cover the rules today because I think a lot of you guys who are, have been around or watching these videos today, but we have 2 sell strategies. So when we buy something, we're only going to sell it if these 2 things happen. Okay, sell strategy number 1. We want a red dot inside of the red zone. Okay, so let's use our Fibonacci. Again, if you guys have the trading indicator, you guys have access to our Fibonacci indicator that we use here. Okay, we want a red dot in the red zone. Okay, a red dot in the red zone. So that means, okay, we are buying right down here for these prices up here. Okay, we're not buying to panic sell next week. We are buying and holding, okay, typically for 1 to 6 months. Okay, that is our time frame, 1 to 6 months. You might have to wait 7 or 8 whatever. There's no way to really tell when something is going to hit a certain level. Okay, but I'm not selling my chain link until it's back up here inside of the red zone, just like it was back here in December. Again, right now, we're in a consolidation phase. Okay, the markets only do three things. They go up, they go down, and they go sideways. Okay, so up, down, sideways. Okay, so our job as investors, our job as traders is to identify which place we are in. And right now, we are doing this. We are going sideways. Okay, we are chopping around here. Chop, 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 chop. Okay, but I'm not going to unload my link until it comes back up here, or sell strategy number 2 when that stochastic RSI on the monthly chart. Sell strategy number 2, stochastic RSI, like I showed you guys on that Ethereum chart. Okay, that light blue line, when that comes up and touches the white dotted line. Okay, and again, that white dotted line represents the 100 value. It called the top right here for altcoins back in 2024, and it called the top back here in 2021. If I'm a betting man, okay, I'm going to bet it's going to hit that same exact signal. It's going to hit that same exact level. When? I don't know. Okay, but I'm willing to wait 1 to 6 months. That's my time frame when I enter off of a green dot here on the monthly. So, nothing to panic about, guys. I mean, yeah, World War III would suck. It does suck that people are getting nuked and bombed, but that's completely out of our control. Okay? If the grid goes out or something crazy happens or we end up getting drafted, that's just what's going to happen, man. It ain't going to matter. Money ain't going to matter at that point. So, you know, we're here. We're investors. We're trying to build wealth for our families, for the generations to come. That's what it's all about. Okay? So with that being said, today we're going over the top stocks and cryptocurrencies we're going to be looking at for next week following our strategy. If you guys don't know the strategy, those rules are right here. But typically our buying strategy is that we want a green monthly dot or a green candle. Okay, a green dot or a green candle on the monthly chart. That tells us that the macro direction is going up, right? Just like back here in 2023 for the next 1 to 6 months. Okay, that's typically what the monthly signal means. Okay, we're going up for 1 to 6 months. So right now, Ethereum has it. So Ethereum qualifies for us to be buying. Okay, Bitcoin, same thing. Bitcoin this indicator is called the bottom since 2015 for the last 10 years. It called it right there at 500. It called it right here at 4,000. And it called it right here in 2023 at around 16,000. It also called a nice trade right there in October at 25,000. And back here in November at 69,000. And we also got one right here on the monthly. And Bitcoin, guys, is closing green today. Okay, Bitcoin's chart is closing green today. Look at that. That means the bears tried to push it down, and look where it's bouncing. Right on the 50 EMA, just like it did right back here. Again, we were lower than this. Bitcoin was at 100K last week, guys. We're at 106,000. Okay, zoom out. When in doubt, zoom out. The chart is still very strong. We're still going up and to the right. We still got a green dot on the monthly chart. We should not be panicking. Okay, and it looks like we are getting some buying going into the rest of the day. But typically, when we get this green dot on the monthly, okay, like on Ethereum, okay, the next part of the strategy is to look at a daily chart. So again, the monthly dot just tells us we're going up for 1 to 6 months, right? So we know that the direction in the macro time frame is up for the next 1 to 6 months. So what should we do? Okay, what we do is we zoom into a smaller time frame and we look to add on the daily. Okay, we want to add on the daily dot. So this daily dot came on Ethereum back there at 2486 or 2500. You're literally up on that trade if you entered off the last green dot. So what should you be doing right now on Ethereum? You should be waiting for that next green dot. You could even use the 4-hour right here. I was telling you guys in the Discord to watch for these 4-hour dots. Okay, up above 2400, Ethereum is still very, very strong. Okay, if 2400 breaks, that's when we're going to be in trouble. But 2400 has yet to break. That was the low back here last week. So we're literally still in an uptrend, still in a big bull flag, okay? So this right here, these last 3 days, we broke out, we came back, we retested right here into the averages, right into the means, Okay, I still think we are going up for the next 1 to 6 months. And I'm not just saying that because I think that. I'm saying that because the indicator tells me so. Okay, so up above 2,400, we are still extremely bullish on Ethereum, guys. And that one is on the watch list. So I'm going to start today by going through the names that I am currently holding. And then these are all the stocks and cryptocurrencies I would be looking to take positions on. I might not keep all of these in the list this week. This is the list from last week. Every Friday, we drop the watch list right here on YouTube. So the first one we'll start with today, which is actually up. This is a cryptocurrency that I think I have an average cost of about 62 cents on, and it's sitting at 75. We saw this signal come in the Discord right there on the weekly chart. Okay, the weekly chart is also a great place to look for long signals, but you could see that came in yesterday at 12:02 p.m. And if you guys are in the Discord, you guys get all the weekly, monthly, and daily alerts from our indicator. And you can see that one came in yesterday on the weekly. So last time we got a weekly dot on this arrow, I don't know how to say it exactly, Aerodome Finance, was right there at 40 cents. Okay, it popped all the way up to 80 cents. That was 100% trade right there. Okay, and you're getting another one right here. They had big news about the DEX getting listed on the Coinbase app. So their app, their DEX is going to be integrated with the Coinbase app, which has millions and millions of users, which is obviously really good for the project. So I really like this project here. I have liked it for a very long time. You can see the last time we got a green dot with the wave down here beside this one was back here at around the same price at around 60 cents. It went all the way up there to $2.37. So this one's still very bullish. I'm still holding that one. Again, I just told you guys about the selling strategy. I'm targeting all the way up here between 2 and 220 for a sell, and that would be around a 2 to 300% gain with the entry that we took. Again, we got the daily dot right there on June 7th at 50 cents, and this is built on the base network. So very, very strong project. I honestly think it'll do $5 to $10 here in the bull run. We got Riz. This is a very low market cap play. You guys have been following this. I've been watching the 4-hour. We're getting a 4-hour dot here. It looks like it's holding that 0.0045 level very strong. That's where we bounced again last week, and we're bouncing at a higher spot this week. So that's more of a fundamental play for me. It's only like a $5 million market cap. It's not a meme coin. It is an actual legit project, and it's only a $5 million market cap. So that one for me, I'm holding till like 50 to 100 million. It could even go higher than that. They just had a partnership with SEI, the SEI network. I believe that was last week as well. And this one's looking really good here, putting in a double bottom. We got CLSK. This is a cryptocurrency miner. They mine Bitcoin. I think they hold about the 4th largest amount of Bitcoin among institutions. But what do we got here on the monthly? We got a green dot here on the monthly. So I really like CleanSpark still. They mine Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin continues to go up, their stock is going to do very well. I still like this one around 750. I think I got in around 750. Right around here is where I bought. And it's still in a very nice uptrend. So another good way to tell whether we're in an uptrend or a downtrend, right? Because we want to trade things that are going up. Do you guys agree? We want our money to go up. We don't want it to go down. So how we determine if something's going up is simply by looking at the monthly chart. Okay, if the monthly chart has a green dot, that tells us again that we are going up for the next 1 to 6 months. Okay, that's our signal that we're going up for 1 to 6 months. So that is where we're looking for entry. So right now on CLSK, you could look to enter on the next green dot. This one came right here around $9. It went up to around $10.50. We're just chopping around right now. So it's deeply going to depend on what Bitcoin's going to do. But Bitcoin, again, is putting in a nice big fat bull hammer. Okay, I call that candle the party starter. Because, again, the bears think they're winning. The bears think they're winning. It's going down. It's going down. It's going down. Boom. Bulls step back in. Let's actually look at the volume on this candle here. Look at the volume. Not too crazy, but definitely buyers are stepping in at that 104 level. So it's going to be really interesting to see where this plays out. I would have a stop loss on Bitcoin right there at 12. What was that? 102.5. 102.5 looks like a good level, but I'm still holding CLSK. I'm not going to sell this thing till that stochastic RSI gets back up here on the monthly chart and touches that white dotted line. Okay, that could take 3, 4, 5 months. Okay, but its all-time high was all the way up there at 150 in the last bull run. Okay, that was all the way back in 2020. That was actually 2018. This was the last bull run right here. It hit like $50. It's sitting at $9 right now, so I'm still holding that one. Chainlink. Chainlink, I got in, I mean, I think I started buying this at like 20 and it kept going down. I've averaged my cost all the way down to around 15. Obviously, ugly candle today, but really, this is just a double bottom here at 1250. This is a solid project, one of the best fundamental names ever. The chart doesn't look too sexy right now, but it is putting in a golden dot. It did put in a golden dot last week on the 4-hour. And again, this is a double bottom. A double bottom is where you bounce, you come back, you retest, and you bounce again. That tells you, right, that the bulls are still in control. Okay, so up above, I would say 1250, it looks good. If 1250 breaks on Link, we'll probably get a chance to buy it down here at 10. So if you want to set a stop loss, you could set one right there at 1250. I will not be setting a stop loss because I will not be selling my Chainlink until this stochastic RSI comes back up here and touches the white dotted line on the monthly, or price comes back up into the red zone. Okay, because price always comes back to the red zone, guys. Again, down here, what did we do? Okay, $5 all the way up to 8, pulled back all the way up. Okay, now is not the time to be selling. Now is not the time to have that word in your vocabulary. Okay, can World War III cause a black swan move in the markets? Yes, it can. But if you have conviction and you believe in your project, it is going to bounce back. It always does. Okay, I think Link's going much, much higher here in the next 1 to 6 months. And here's Ether. Took this trade, I believe I bought it right here at around 1250. I'm down a little bit on it. I'm down like 6-7% now. But again, we're still range bound. So until Ethereum, unless Ethereum breaks that $2,400 level, okay, I'm not worried about that position. But if we break down below 2,400, I might think about cutting losses on that. But again, as long as this monthly dot holds here into June on Ethereum, I'm still very bullish. Unless this dot goes away, and it'll go away if we break down below 2,400. If we break down below 2,400, you'll see that monthly dot on Ethereum fade. So as long as that level holds, which it's holding very strong right now, okay, we came back down, we got close to it, buyers stepped right in and pushed it up. That is a very good sign for Ethereum. But Ether is a Ethereum ETF. So it's like buying a stock, but you have exposure to Ethereum. People ask me why I didn't just buy Ethereum. It's because I played the options on the ETF. So if I'm right about Ethereum here, okay, in the next 1 to 6 months, that trade is going to net very, very nicely. So still bullish on that. Watching that monthly dot like a hawk. Watching that $2,400 level. Here's CRO. CRO got hammered here today too. 9 cents was the level we were watching, and what did it do? It pushed right through that level, and it's going to close right up above it. So CRO is going to look good here on a daily dot. Really, a weekly dot would be great too. It's got a red there on the weekly, so 9 cents is a big level for this one too. We'll see how tomorrow acts, but just watching for a green dot again. Not panicking down here, not looking to sell, okay? Just simply playing the waiting game. Okay, we're way away from our red zone up there. Okay, that's between 18 and 22 cents there on CRO, and that's actually one of my largest positions. I really like the project and still fundamentally bullish on it. Here's Chirp. Chirp's coming down here as well. I still like this one above 6 cents. This one's like Riz, very low market cap, very high risk, high reward play. Again, I just like the project. It has flipped on the monthly there, and the weekly is also red, but we are holding on to 8 cents like a champ. So that one, probably not a bad place to add at 8 cents. If 8 cents breaks, probably add at 6 cents. But again, just playing it by ear, watching for the green dots. The last 3 haven't paid off. Okay, but now the wave is below the 0 line. So when this blue wave is below the 0 line, that green dot gets more accurate because that just means we are more oversold. But they're holding this thing up above 8 cents right now. So it's down 10% today. It's like a $6 million market cap, so very, very small. It's like a penny stock typically. But again, if I've done my research and I really like the project, and I think we're getting in really early on that one. Here's ARB, holding on to that green candle like an absolute champ. And we're also making a higher high here. Got the green dot there on the 4-hour. I still like this one here above 30 cents. Okay, up above 30, I'm going to remain a holder of this one. If it goes any lower than that, I'm just going to look to buy more. Okay, again, we bounced right here at 30, bounced right here at 30, okay, and we're bouncing right here at 33. So that is another DeFi protocol that I really like and that I'm long on. Again, not looking to sell it till that stochastic RSI comes back up there and touches the white dotted line. We are down. This thing is down like 85, 90% from the highs. Okay, so if it ever goes back up to all-time highs, okay, you're talking about a massive, massive move. You're talking about 600% all the way back to the top if it happens, okay? And if altcoin season is really going to come this summer, that is very, very possible. Okay, it's just important that we don't get shaken out right now in this consolidation phase. Because again, there's only 3 phases to the market, guys. Up, down, and sideways. Okay, and right now, if you zoom out, we're just going sideways. We're not going down. We're not going up. We're going sideways, just like we did back here before we took off. Yep, Fib works on any indicator. All these indicators work on any time frame. You just have to understand that it is more accurate on the larger time frames. Okay, the monthly and the weekly dots are great signals for a 1 to 6 month swing trade. Okay, if you're using it on like a 15-minute chart, okay, you're going to get them more often. Okay, if I'm day trading, I'm using it on a 15-minute chart, using the same tactics. We want to be up above the mean, up above the averages, entering on the green dots. Okay, but they're more accurate. Again, this is a signal to go long. You just literally have to buy and hold right now to make money in crypto. That's it. If you're taking our approach, yes. But yes, the indicators, all of them work on any time frame. On any time frame. You can use it on the 1-minute chart, the 5-minute chart, whatever you want. Okay. And again, you guys can download the indicators by coming over here to the trading indicator tab. Just click on this link. It takes a couple of clicks and they all load directly up into your TradingView account. If you have questions or need support with that, my email is right there inside of the thread. And Nightbot has dropped the link to join the Discord, and it's also pinned to the live chat right now. Overkillinvestingclub.com. Okay, so that's everything I'm currently holding. Again, still feeling very, very good about the altcoins. I'm pretty much fully invested in crypto right now. I got the Ethereum ETF and CLSK, but those are both crypto-related stocks. I'm still very bullish. So now we're going to get into the names that I don't hold, but these would be all the positions, all the names that I'm looking to take positions on here next week. I'm going to go over these now. If I like it, I'm going to keep it in my list. If I don't like it for next week, I'm going to move it over to my blue list. Okay, I have a really good video on how to formulate your watch lists. If you guys come over here, I got a free trading course in the trading course tab, but there's a video right here, how to set up effective trade watch lists. Okay, this is a really good video if you guys want to learn how to set up and organize your stocks in playlists. So go check that out. Again, that course is completely free. Okay, the first one here is FSLR. Okay, so the first thing we notice on FSLR here is on the daily chart, we popped off, right? We had a big parabolic move up. This was like a 40% move, okay? We don't want to chase that move, though, okay? Because you can see on the daily here, that stochastic was up there at the top. What did it do? It pulled all the way back down, okay? So on the daily, that stochastic RSI being at 0, we want to be looking for an entry, okay? We want to be looking for positions. So you can see how that pulled right back into the mean. So you can see, if I come back over here to the cheat sheet that we talk about, okay, the mean is the average. So when you're looking at the daily, we really focus on these EMAs, okay? These EMAs will tell us that if we're in an uptrend or a downtrend, okay? If we are down below the EMAs, 9.9 times out of 10, the dot on the monthly is red. If we're up above the EMAs, up above these moving averages, this mean, okay, that means the dot is most likely green. That means we're most likely trending up. So again, there's 2 ways how we can tell if the direction is in our favor. Okay, it's a green dot on the monthly, or it's being up above the EMAs. Okay, and you could see right here, the takeoff phase is when we break out over the mean. So once again, when we are down below the averages, down below the moving averages, we are in a downtrend, meaning we do not want to buy. Okay, we want to buy things that are in an uptrend, going up and to the right, okay? These green dots on the daily are not important, okay? They're not important because we're down below the EMAs. But the ones up above the EMAs, like this one we got right back here on June 4th, right there at $150, that was a great entry last week on FSLR. Beautiful entry right there at 150. And it's up to 175. And this one's still got some room to go. So this is one I would be looking to hold until that stochastic RSI there hits that white dotted line there, or it gets back up into the red zone. Where's the red zone? It's up here between 260 and 300. Okay, that's 100% from where we're at. So FSLR is a solid hold. I wouldn't chase it here. I would look for pullbacks. Okay, but you missed the opportunity to buy because, again, we want to buy the day of the green dot there, just like it came right there between 150 and 155. So because we missed the dot, we're not looking for this one next week. So that one would go on the blue list. LMNT, though, this is a war stock. They make missiles, and they're an aerospace company. They make planes, warplanes, and stuff like that. That thing's popping off today on that news of World War III starting. So LMNT is going to stay on the favorites list. That one is green here on the daily. How you could play this one is zoom into the 15 minutes. So if you miss the green dot on the daily, okay, what you could do is use the 15-minute chart and wait for a pullback into those EMAs. Because again, you have that takeoff phase where you break out over the mean, okay, just how we're breaking out here on the 15-minute. And then there's the pullback into the mean. So you'd want to buy this thing around 470 to 475. Okay, but this one looks like it's about ready to break out of a long consolidation phase and go absolutely parabolic. That one's going to stay on the favorites list. I'm actually going to move all these over here to the pink list, and we're going to go through them here one by one. So LMNT, that one's on the favorites list. We got Tesla. Tesla looks good here too. I like Tesla up above 280. That one also has a green dot here on the monthly chart. They had a big fake out, right? They faked a bunch of people out. They pushed it right back into the what? Into the mean, okay? We were in a downtrend. We broke out. We pulled back. We got the green dot. We ripped. We pulled back. People were panicking, okay? A lot of people don't want to buy the panic, but that is always the best time to buy. When others are panicking, Warren Buffett says it best, okay? Buy when there's blood in the streets, okay? And it sure as hell seems like there's blood in the streets right now, folks. But Tesla still looks good on the 15-minute. Again, because you missed the green dot, I would be in here on a 15-minute chart looking for pullbacks. Okay, you could even move your stop loss up on that one now, up to 300. But I would honestly probably look to buy around 300. I don't think this one goes below 280. I'm going to put that one on the favorites list for next week. And again, I'm going to share this with you guys like I do every single week, right over here inside the Discord under the watch list tab. So don't worry, this list will be available here after this live stream here. Let's just get through all the plays here. Here's BCH. This is so bullish, dude. Oh my gosh. BCH is up 6% today while the rest of the market is taking a crap. So we called this one out right here on Saturday. That was at 385. It's up at 450 now. If you entered on this green dot that we called out, guys, and it's all in the Discord, so you guys could see all this stuff. Like we have the receipts in the Discord. Okay, this one is up 20% right now, and again, they tried to push it down. What did they do though? The buyers stepped right back in and bought it right back up. So this is another one you need to be on the 15-minute chart looking for pullbacks on. But that one is looking very, very bullish going into next week. Okay, and again, you want to be on a smaller time frame to look for a little minor pullback before you wanted to enter there. But this looks extremely, extremely bullish. And this is also one that has a green dot here on the monthly as well. So again, zoom out of the chart. That last monthly dot came right there at 100. It went all the way up to 700. That was a 600% move. We had this one right here in November. November went from 300 all the way up to 500. That was 100%. And you got this green dot there yesterday. So folks, get your popcorn, man. If you guys are scared right now, you're playing right into the theater, right? The retail, they want retail investors scared right now. They want you guys panic selling. They want you panicking. They want you selling every single one of these little red days. So just keep that in mind, okay? If you're trading with the herd, you're going to lose, okay? If all the retail's excited and they're just no fear, I'm going all in, baby, telling their mom and their friends and their dad and their cousins and their sister and their cousin, their brothers to buy, that is when it's time to sell. We're not at sell territory yet, folks, okay? BCH is at least going back to $550, $600, okay, in the next 1 to 6 months, okay? And as long as this last dot on the monthly chart stays, we should be looking for every opportunity to buy. And that pullback into 400 looked like a great opportunity. Just beautiful. Okay, I don't know that I'd buy this one next week, but it looks very, very strong here. Okay, and volume is starting to pick up. So I'm going to keep that one on the blue list. I think you're too late on that one. Again, the day, we want to enter the day of the green dot, right? Boom. That's when we want to enter right there. Right there at 390. We don't want to enter 7 days after the green dot on the daily. Okay, we want to enter the day of the green dot here. As long as the monthly is green. Okay, if the monthly's not green, either a green candle or a green dot, we don't want to touch it. Again, a very important thing to understand too is these EMAs, guys. If we're down below the EMAs, not a good time to buy. But when we break out over it, that is when we need to be looking for the signals on the daily. Okay, that was a beautiful entry right there at 320, went all the way up to around 500. But BCH looks solid. Domino's Pizza got a green dot today. I like that one. I really like Domino's Pizza here. That's on the favorites for next week. TRB looks good. Okay, look to buy this one on the green dot. Okay, the green dot is coming. MPC. Okay, this one gave you a signal right here around 158. It's pumping up. All oil and gas companies are looking fantastic right now, folks. Fantastic. I think this one's going to run very, very hard next week. Again, you missed your opportunity to buy right there on Monday. And if you missed the opportunity, you just want to wait for a 15-minute pullback into the average. Just like that. Okay, just like that on the 15-minute chart if you missed the daily. Okay, but I think oil and gas companies are going to do very, very well next week. I wouldn't be looking to add this one next week unless it pulled back on that 15-minute, but this looks like a good long-term hold if you guys ended up getting in on that. That's stochastic coming up there to the white dotted line on the monthlies where we're looking to sell, but oil and gas stocks look like they're going to do phenomenal. And that thing with Iran, okay, that is highly, highly going to affect the oil prices here in America. That's going to cause oil stocks to most likely fly if that doesn't get settled. So normally you see oil do very well in times of war and uncertainty. And MPC is a oil and gas company. Again, you got the monthly green dot, so we're actively looking to buy on these green dots. It's just a little too extended. I would like to see a pullback into like 150. Are we going to get that? I don't know. I couldn't tell you for sure. But that chart looks very, very bullish. Okay, if you're in that one, I would use a stop loss right there at 156. Okay, but not for next week. Google's pulling back a little bit here. This is one we could watch for a green dot here next week. Okay, that one is going to be on the favorites list. I'm not too sold on the company. You can see it has a green candle, but not a green dot. They've been under a lot of investigation lately. But I like this one as long as it can hold on to 160, as long as it can hold those EMAs. I like that one if you could pick it up at like 170 next week. Okay, again, what to be watching for is a green dot there. NU, this is a Brazilian bank. So this one's very choppy right now. So if you're going to play this one, play it with a stop loss right there at 1150. It's got the green dot on the monthly. Again, this is a Brazilian bank. So as long as that one can hold 1150, it looks good. But if that level breaks, you might be in trouble. But I would be watching that one for a green dot here next week. Here's Berkshire Hathaway. This is Warren Buffett's company. So you can see every time this one pulls back into the 200-day moving average, that is that light blue line on our trading indicator here. Every time that pulls back into there, it has a really nice pump. And we're literally sitting right on it right now. So it does have a green dot here on the daily, but it is still stuck below the 9 EMA. I'd watch for a breakout over that 9 EMA next week. But that one looks good as long as it can hold on to 470. Let's put that one in the favorites list. Bitcoin. We're closing green today, folks. We're closing green, dude. This is a party starting candle, folks. That is a bull hammer if I know one, dude. You guys know what a bull hammer is? Okay, a bull hammer. Let's pull it up for you guys. Okay, this is something to get excited about, somebody. Okay, this is a bull hammer. Okay, you got the wick on the bottom. Okay, that is a bull hammer. Okay, what does a bull hammer indicate? A bull hammer can refer to two different things: a candlestick pattern in technical analysis and a wrestling move. In technical analysis, the bullish hammer is a candlestick pattern that indicates a potential trend reversal. While in professional wrestling, it's an elbow smash move. What the hell? Okay, in technical analysis, that's what matters. Okay, in candlestick patterns, look at this. The bullish hammer is a single candle pattern that suggests a potential shift from selling to buying pressure. Okay, it is characterized with the small body at the top, just like you see right there, that little green at the top of the range, and a long shadow on the bottom, a wick. Okay, the longer the wick of the shadow, the more bullish the pattern is perceived. That's a pretty damn long wick right there, folks. That's a pretty big wick. That is a bullish close, if I know one, baby. Yeah, listen to HOJ. If you guys like that bull hammer, smash that freaking like, baby. 300 likes on the video for a 300 XRP giveaway. But that is a bullish close, okay? Ignore the noise. The noise doesn't matter. The charts matter. Read the charts. Listen to the charts. Don't listen to the media. Don't listen to what they're trying to say to you, man. Because that is bullish, baby. That is bullish. Beautiful looking candle there. Okay, Bitcoin, beautiful bounce right there, baby. That one's in the favorites list. We got TEM. This one's too high. Okay, opportunity to buy was right there at around 55. It went up to 70. Okay, that one's too high. We want to see a pullback and a retracement. Guys, we want to buy as close to that mean on the daily chart as possible. Okay, is the monthly green? Yes. Yes, it is. It's green and pointing straight up. But we don't want to buy off of the mean. We want to buy into the averages, just like we got right there. Boom. That was your opportunity to buy. So next week is a no-go for TEM. Coinbase. Coinbase is on the favorites for next week. Let's go, baby. All we need is a green dot, and it's pulling back into the averages here. I don't see Coinbase breaking down below 220. Coinbase looks real good for next week, guys. Coin looks real good for next week. Okay, in the monthly chart, green dot, baby. Green dot on the monthly chart. Let's get it. Okay, up above 220. I'm very bullish on Coinbase here. We got FLR. This one's just going sideways, man. I don't know. This one's an altcoin, very low market cap, but it does have a green candle here on the monthly. I like it as long as it holds this low right here. It's going to close with a red dot, which means you're going to get an opportunity to buy a green dot. So let's go ahead and watch that one for a green dot next week as well. Zoom. Zoom looks solid here. Okay, really liking Zoom here next week. Looks very good. Okay, the deeper the wave, the better. Okay, the deeper the wave, the better. That one looks really good for next week, guys. It's got a green dot on the monthly as well. Okay, right into the EMA there, baby. All we're missing is a green dot. That might be my favorite setup so far. Okay, all you need is the green dot for the confirmation. We got Lululemon falling off a damn cliff. Okay, that one's going on the red list. MSTR, this thing is still holding up above 360. I can't believe Bitcoin's going to close green today, guys. That is just... That is a party starter candle, baby. Let's get this party started. You know what I'm saying? The bears thought they were winning, and they're going to lose. Okay, that is the buyers stepping in saying, no, we're in control, baby. We're in control. MSTR, I'm still bullish on this one over 360. That printed with a red here today, but the red dot doesn't matter, right? The red dot only matters to us if we're up in the red zone, and that is pretty close to the red zone there. This is going to deeply depend on Bitcoin and its performance over the weekend. But I'm going to keep that one on the favorites. We'll look for a green dot there next week. Here's Rum. Rum pulled right back into the EMA there. This one looks good as well. Rum looks good as well. Looking for a green dot on the daily here next week. It's got a green monthly dot as well. Again, the green monthly dot, guys, is the most bullish signal we can get using our strategy. If you're 1 to 6 months out, this is the best signal you could be having right here. And this is a beautiful pullback here into the 200. Okay, I would be buying the crap out of Rum here at 850. I love it. Okay, look for a green dot for the reversal signal. Again, this last one came back here. Let's just look where the last monthly one came. The last monthly came back here in November at $5. It went all the way up to 18. Okay, if you guys would have bought this last green monthly dot here, okay, you would have made 221% if you sold the top. So again, buying and holding here. That's a beautiful looking setup right there. Beautiful. That one's on the green list. Did we put that one in there? Did we put that one in there? Yes, we did. That one's on the favorites list. And again, guys, I'm going to share this list with you after the stream here. Uniswap. Look at that bull hammer, dude. Bears are about to get smoked, dude. They're about to get smoked. Oh my gosh. Dude. Oh my gosh, dude. Oh my gosh. I'm telling y'all, man. I'm telling y'all, dude. It's about to be a bull summer, baby. This is just more confirmation, dude. More confirmation here. Oh my gosh. Why are all these such small images, dude? I'm trying to give you guys an example, but that is a bull hammer, dude. That indicates that the buyers are stepping in, okay? They're like, oh, nice try. Rip it. Oh, dude. Oh my gosh, dude. Oh, wow. Yeah, I mean, unis now or never, man. I think this thing's absolutely going to explode this weekend. Okay, I love that one over $6. Okay, looking for a green dot. I think you're probably going to get a green dot here in the next 10 minutes on uni here. MKR, bullhand. Oh my gosh, dude. It's starting. It is starting, dude. Look at that. Look at the monthly chart. Again, everybody's freaking out about this. Okay, about a little 45-minute dip. Look at the monthly, dude. We've been talking about MKR for a couple of months. We called this one out at like 1,500. This is popping off, dude. Look at this. This last green dot came back here in January of 2023. That was at $500. It went all the way up to 4,200. That was a 800% move. Okay, no day trader is going to show you that. That's an 800% move off that last signal. You're getting the same signal. You got the same signal right here in May. Same one back here in 2020. This is 5.5 years of data, guys. 5.5 years of data. You guys want to argue with 5.5 years of data, be my guest. But if you were buying these green dots for the past 5-6 years on MKR, you made a shit ton of money, dude. And that is one of the biggest bull hammers I have ever seen in my entire life. This bull run is going to shock people. It's going to be the most hated altcoin season of all time. Okay? Because everyone's caught up in their feelings. Every day we dip 5%, everyone's, oh my gosh, it's over. If you can't take a 10% dip, 20% dip, 30% dip in crypto, you shouldn't be investing in crypto. That's just how it is, guys. Go trade the SPY, go trade Apple, go trade a higher market cap stock. But this is ridiculous. If we got some time at the end of stream, guys, I'll take some chart requests from you, so stick around till the end. I just want to get through our watch list here first, but oh my gosh. This looks like it's about ready to absolutely explode, dude. And again, if you guys entered off of the signal, you're already up 60%. So it's up 8% today. I mean, they tried to push it down. Wow. Okay, probably not for next week. I mean, that next green dot's actually probably coming here very soon. Okay, this thing's about to defy gravity here. This thing's about to go parabolic. Okay. That looks very interesting there. Again, we were calling this out right here. I told you guys 1,500. That pullback right into those EMAs at 1,500. Green dot, 1,500. Rippity dippity. Yes, it's got a red dot, but that bull hammer is an indication that you better hold on, baby. That's a hold. That's not going to be a buy next week. That's a hold. You guys missed your opportunity on that one. Here's 3M. That might give you an opportunity to buy next week. This is a healthcare stock. I'd like to buy that one at 136. Okay, watch for a green dot on that. That's on the favorites list. Here's iBit. God, dude. Let me check to see how we're closing really quick. Okay, we're closing candles here in 7 minutes. 7 minutes for the candle closes. And a lot of these names are picking up their losses. Okay, I mean, we're obviously down 4 or 5%, but we're stabilizing. We're stabilizing here. Arrow is up 12%, man. Doing the ripski. You love to see it, man. Yeah, men lie, women lie. Charts don't, guys. The market is not your friend. The market is not here to make you feel comfortable. Okay, the market is a nasty, nasty thing. Okay? The important thing is to take the long approach. Okay, I believe the markets, and this is coming from Warren Buffett, he says, markets were designed to transfer money from the active to the patient. The more patient you could be, the better. Okay, if your name goes down, you should be excited. You should be happy because you're getting the opportunity to buy more. Okay, if you believe in your project, for example, Chainlink is my largest holding. Why is it my largest holding? Because I believe in it. I believe that they are going to grow over the next 5 to 10 years. Okay, why I believe in it is a whole different conversation. Okay, but I believe this thing will reach all-time highs again one day. and potentially break it. Okay. And if this thing goes back to all-time highs in the last real altcoin season that we had, okay, this little candle, these two candles right here in November was not that wasn't it, guys. That was not altcoin season. This is altcoin season where we just go parabolic straight up. So if Chainlink goes back to $50, I'm going to make 300% on my investment. I think Chainlink's one of the safest plays if you're investing in regards to the technology and the utility of a project. In crypto, I think it has the most utility out of any name. It's not going anywhere. It's going to be around forever, at least the next 5 to 10 years. Okay? But if you don't believe in the project, that's probably why you're worried about your name going down. If you don't believe in it, if you're buying Fartcoin or Titcoin or whatever, right? You probably don't have that conviction that you believe in because it's a meme coin. It's all based on what people think about it. And, right? It's not like, oh, this is an actual technology that is partnered with JP Morgan and other banks that the whole financial institution is going to build the next layer of the financial industry on top of. That's Chainlink. Okay? Partnering with banks. Okay? Banks. Big banks. Okay? Not Titcoin that, whatever. Not Fartcoin that people just buy because of the name, because they're degenerates. Okay? Invest in names that you believe in, projects that you believe in, that have utility. This is the Bitcoin ETF. So like I have that Ethereum ETF, I believe this is the BlackRock ETF. That one, let's watch for a green dot there on that one next week. But watch the price action here again. Bitcoin is giving us the party starting candle here. Big, fat bull hammer there, bouncing right on the 50, baby. Oh, baby. That's beautiful. Here's BlackRock. BlackRock looks good for next week, too. Watch BlackRock for a green dot there. By the way, they're buying Ethereum in droves right now. They are buying a shit ton of Ethereum right now if you guys follow their wallets. Okay, I think they bought around $700 million worth of Ethereum in the last 30 days. So they either know something or they're just stupid. Okay, you could be the judge of that. Uber looks good. I'm going to put that one on the favorites list. It's still got a green dot here on the monthly. It is pretty high. I'd like to buy this thing if it dips down to like 76. Okay, you can see how it pulls back into the averages, does the Ripski. That was a beautiful time to buy while everyone else was panicking about tariffs, by the way. Okay, so there's panic right now, guys. There's panic. This is when to get laser focused and set price targets. Why do I want to buy this thing at 76 next week? Well, because it's right there at the 200 EMA. That level right there. 76. Boom. Okay. Green dot at that level. I want to eat Uber up. So watch for a green dot on that one. Twilio also looks good. I like Twilio because that stochastic on the daily is down there at 0. It's got a monthly green dot. Everything looks good. Just need that green dot for next week. That one's on the favorites list. Here's Okta. This is a cybersecurity company. Right back into the 200 here. Beautiful, beautiful pullback. Just like it pulled back here. Just like it pulled back here. Just like it pulled back here. If you bought it, the last 3 times it hit this 200, it was an excellent buying opportunity. So this is probably one of my favorite ones for a stock next week. I've had a couple of those today. It's still green here on the monthly. Okay, so what we need to watch for is the green dot on the daily for that confirmation that it is going to bounce. Because again, the green dot is an indication that we are going up, guys. Okay, it is invalidated when a red dot comes. But I like this one. I like this one a lot. It's sitting right on our average. Okay, we just broke out of the downtrend. Now we're going up. This has been an excellent opportunity to buy every time it's came back and touched that EMA. Let's watch that one next week for a green dot. We got IONQ. That one's got a red dot, so we'll put it on our favorites list for next week. Looking for a dramatic pullback, okay? A dramatic pullback would be like down here to 27.50, okay? Or even right here to 32. Just need a green dot. Again, if you would have been buying down here into that 200 on the daily, okay, that was a great spot to buy. And again, we got a green dot on the monthly, so we're looking for any and every pullback, okay? Anything around $30 I think would be good. Anywhere from 27 to 30. So let's watch for a green dot on the daily for IONQ. That's a quantum computing play there. Here's WLK. We got the golden dot on this one a couple weeks ago. That golden dot, again, is a 1 to 6 month swing trade. That came about 3 weeks ago. So again, buy and hold. And how you want to use that, if you want to use a stop loss, use the lows off the golden dot right there at 68. I'm not going to put that on the favorites list next week, though. What's the 15 minute saying? So the 15 minutes trying to bounce here off of that, but you already should have entered down here at 68, 70 bucks. So you're already up 10%. Let's see if that thing can hold on to 75. I'd actually probably put my stop loss at 75 bucks on that one. And again, it's the red dot's coming next, so that one's not going to be on it. Oh, look at the hammer there on Algorand. Boom. Another big bull hammer again. Buyers stepping in to buy that up. I don't see Algorand going lower than 16 cents. Algo looks good. Looking to buy that one on a green dot as well. Okay, it is red still on the monthly, though, so be careful on that one. Not my favorite. That one actually probably needs to go on the red list because it doesn't qualify. But 16 cents is your last line of defense on that one. 16 cents. Watch for the green daily. Here's A-Firm. Yeah, Algo's breaking the rules, man. We got to put that one back on the red list. A-Firm. A-Firm's popping off here. Again, beautiful spot to be buying right here. Just a little high. I'd like to see a pullback into like 52, maybe 48 on that one. Okay, watch for a green dot on that one next week. Daku. Daku's sign is red on the monthly. Okay, but we are chilling here. This one's tough. This one's tough, but it does have a red dot there on the monthly, so we're going to have to put that one back on the red list. If it's on the red list, okay, that means it has a red dot. I think this one actually has a green dot here. So what's next? AMAT. AMAT still looks good. It's got a red dot here today, so that tells you that a pullback's probably going to come here. Next week, I like that one. If you could buy it at 160, that looks like a solid setup. This one makes materials for chip makers, and it does have a green dot here on the monthly. Again, every time this thing has printed a green dot on the monthly chart, it has resulted in at least 100% move here since all the way back here in 2016. So you're getting another one here. I really like AMAT next week. I'd look to buy that one on the next daily dot. Because again, once you get the green dot on the monthly, you want to look for the daily. Okay, that daily dot is what you're looking for. You got the entry right there at 150. It popped up to 175. Now you're getting a red dot. Wait for that thing to reset. Boom, it'll probably come back down to 160 and buy the crap out of it. CVX, that one's still green on the monthly, so we are looking for that green dot there on CVX. That one's on the green list. Here's AMD, beautiful pullback here. Again, this one broke out of its long downtrend. Also has a green dot still on the monthly chart. Last time we got a green dot with the monthly down here was all the way back in February, guys. This is why they're trying to get you guys to panic, man. It's why they're trying to get you to panic, dude. Because we're about to go parabolic, man. AMD went from $70 all the way up to $220. Okay, that was a 200% move off that last candle if you guys bought that. Giving you the same one here, June 2025. I'd be looking to eat this one up on a green dot next week. Beautiful looking chart. NVIDIA, same thing. Want to see a pullback, a reset here, maybe into 125, but watching for a green dot next week. Let's put that one on the favorites list. Here's AI. Ooh, AI had a green dot there on the monthly, but it faded away. Watch for a green dot on this one. I still like it as long as it can hold on to 2180. But that's an interesting AI play there. So watch for a green dot next week, and we'll have to reassess that one. If we get a green candle on Monday, that's going to look really good. Bouncing right there on the 50. What else we got? Litecoin. Is Litecoin green on the monthly? Ooh. Let's not give up on Litecoin yet. Okay, OG altcoin. Again, triple bottom here. We bottomed here, bottomed here, bottomed here, bottomed here. Big line of defense right there for buyers. Lots of buyers right there at $80. I think that one's a buy. I think that one's a buy next week off a green dot. As long as we hold 80, that's a really simple stop loss. Super simple stop loss. Yeah, if you guys want the indicators, you guys can get them over here in the Discord. Okay, you can download my whole layout. Just come over here to the trading indicator tab. Click this link. It takes a couple of clicks, and everything loads directly up into your TradingView account there. That link to Discord is pinned to the live chat here, overkillinvestingclub.com. Here's ARM. Okay, once again, ARM. No data on the monthly, but we are up above the EMA. So, again, Great time to buy when we pull back into those EMAs and get a green dot. Let's wait for that pullback and wait for that green dot. But that one looks good. That one's on the favorites list. Here's Service Now, pulling back nicely. Looking for a green dot on the daily on that one as well. Again, green on the monthly, so we are long. We're looking for these pullbacks that we're experiencing. Okay, if you guys believe a pullback is never bound to happen, you shouldn't be investing because pullbacks are opportunities. Pullbacks set up. Okay, and if you can buy Service Now at 920, that's going to be a great buy. I'd be watching that one for a green dot next week. That one looks really good too. Here's Virtual. Looks solid. Again, want the daily green dot. I would probably buy that one right here, right now. Doge, put in a double bottom here. Another double bottom. Again, right where we were last week. Everyone's panicking. We're right back to the lows we were at last week. Going to have to move the support down to 16 cents. We also bottomed right back in this area in April and May. Had a nice move. Again, putting in a bottoming candle here. Just looking for that green dot. I don't think Doge has a monthly green dot just yet, though. So up above 16 is where I look for that one. That one's going to be on the red list, though, until we get that green dot. HIMS is just consolidating here. So I want to buy a big dramatic pullback on this one. I would have loved to buy HIMS down here at 35. I just want to see the pullback. So that one, not for next week. Not for next week, but it is still in a very strong trend. We just want to see a big dramatic pullback and a green dot. Okay. Right now, the stop loss would be at 50 if I was trading that. Okay. But I don't like chop. I like big dramatic pullbacks. Boom. Bottoms, rips. Okay, not for next week on that one. BBAI, this one's on the radar for next week. Okay, watch for the green dot here. We're up above those EMAs. We did have a green dot here earlier in the month, but it faded away. We need to pump. So I would buy this one on the next daily green dot here. Okay, I still like this one a lot above $3. We were calling this one out down here around $2.50. It went all the way up to $4.50. That was almost an 80% move. And if it could pull back into the 200 just like it did right here, that'd be awesome. But I like the stochastic down here on the floor, and the green dot there would be the signal to get in. XRP looking good. Okay, triple bottom here. 1, 2, 3. Still holding that $2 level. I see a lot of you guys getting impatient, and I get it. Again, the markets only do two things, guys. They go, three things, I'm sorry. They go up, they go down, or they go sideways. Okay, you come back over here to the cheat sheet. They go up, they go down, or they go sideways. Right now, XRP is going sideways. So as long as XRP can hold $2, it looks good. The best thing that could happen right now is that we get a weekly dot either by the end of this week or next week. Okay, and then also a monthly as well. Okay, the monthly, again, we're just chopping around here. So that's a tough one, man. $2 is a big level for it, though. You don't want to see XRP break $2. But I do think we're going to see a green dot here next week. And when we do get that, if it's above $2, that would be a great entry. TTD, this one broke below 70 here. We had a green dot show up on Wednesday, but it faded away. Okay, look for the green dot there. Look for the green dot there on TTD. That one's in the favorites list, though. I like that one. Okay, no green dot on the monthly, but a big fat green candle there last month. Just looking for the green dot daily confirmation. Now, it's probably going to come back and fill this gap right here at $60 and bounce. Watch for the bounce off 60. Dell. Dell's got a green dot here on the monthly as well. Again, all these big major tech companies giving you guys the signals, and everyone's bearish. It's hilarious. Okay, you can't argue with the charts, guys. Men lie, women lie, the news lies, your favorite influencers lie, but the charts don't. If the chart says it's going up, I'm going to take the chart's word for it. I'm not going to take Jim Cramer or somebody else's opinion. Because again, if it has a green dot on the monthly, that tells me we're going up for the next at least 6 months. This last one on Dell came in 2023. It went from 40 all the way up to 180. Okay, and that was over like a year period of time, all the way up there to 320. Yeah, I do want to check Bitcoin dominance real quick. Still rising, but I don't see it breaking out. It hasn't broken out to new highs yet, so that's good. We just don't want to see it go back over 65. Okay, we don't want to see it go back over 65. But Dell, looking for a green dot now that we got on the daily, now that we got the monthly. Okay, we got the monthly, so now we're looking for that pullback and that green dot here on the daily for Dell. That one is on the list. What's Uniswap doing here? Okay, Uniswap, big fat hammer candle there yesterday, dude. That was massive. Beautiful, man. What else we got? Shopify. Got the monthly alert, so we're looking for the daily dot. I'd like to buy Shopify at like 95. Watch for the green dot on that one next week. Atom, it looks like the monthly has faded, so that one's going into the red list. ANET, that one's got a big fat green candle there. Looking for the green dot on ANET there next week. We got BABA. BABA's looking good, pulling back into the 200 here, just like it did here. Again, Chinese stocks. If the United States and the China deal is legit, you should see China stocks do very well. Okay, watch for a green dot on BABA. I think that'll be a great trade next week. Rivian's back into its averages as well. Beautiful. Yeah, you always do the opposite of what Jim Cramer says. Always. Okay, Rivian, though, green on the monthly. Okay, and pulling back here into $13. I think you buy the crap out of Rivian on the next daily dot there. Give me a sec here. XLM. Still red there on the monthly. Okay, this one needs to hold 25 cents. 25 cents on this one. Okay, but it is down below the EMAs. It does not have a green dot on the monthly yet. So, unfortunately, that one really needs to hold 25. Okay, that's been pretty disappointing. Okay, we need a catalyst, guys. We need something to happen that's going to cause an enormous amount of volume to come in. And again, we bottomed right here in May. We bottomed again right here at the beginning of June. And we're attempting to bottom again. So, I'm not giving up on XLM until it breaks down below 25. So, I'd be looking for a green dot on that one. Polkadot. Polkadot's still chilling at $4. Still chilling down there. Doesn't have the green dot just yet. I just don't believe this one's going to go down below 325, whatever that low was back here. So I'm not going to give up on this one either, even though the chart is very, very ugly. We need to put it on the red list because, again, it doesn't have the green candle or the green dot just yet. That could change, though. CRV, beautiful. Beautiful looking setup here. Right back into the EMA. Big hammer candle there yesterday. That one's not going lower than 55. Okay, and that one also has a green dot there on the monthly as well. So I like CRV for next week. Looking to buy that one on the daily dot. You can even buy it right here into the moving average. Okay, that one looks really good. Here's STX. STX failed to give us the green dot as well. Okay, failed to give us the green dot as well on the monthly, so we need to put that one back in the red list. Here's Iron. This is another energy company. Nice breakout here over the EMAs. Again, guys, we want to buy stuff that's up above the EMAs. If it fails to break out over the EMAs, you got to take a step back. Okay, you're just going to have to wait longer until it breaks back out, like STX there. Okay, we broke out, but we failed. Okay, we failed. I'm not saying sell this one right now, but I'm just saying I'm not going to be looking to buy it or look to take another position until you get that green dot confirmation there on the monthly. I don't think this one's going below 50 cents. 50 cents is solid support, but I just want to buy stuff that's going up. And right now, this one's probably going to come test around that level at the moment. Iron, that one would look good for a green dot next week. Okay, we're breaking out over the average. Again, we know we're in a downtrend when we're below the EMAs. Okay, when we break out above it, that is when the trend is reversing. That's when the monthly dot is appearing. Okay, Iron looks really good to buy here on a pullback. I'll take some chart requests here at the end of stream, guys. I just want to get through our watch list for everybody first. Fridays are watch list videos. Monday is for Discord. So if you guys want chart requests, I will be opening the chart request thread over here in the Discord. You guys can put your chart request in this thread here. Okay, you guys, we answered all these on Monday's stream. We'll be back live again on Monday for Discord chart requests. And then Wednesday, we take chart requests straight from the chat. But Fridays are specifically for the watch list. These are the names we're looking to buy going into next week. Okay, looking for signals. SOUN came down and tested that $9 level there. This one looks good on the next daily dot. Okay, I think you'll get the daily dot early next week. If we could bounce at 9, that'd be beautiful. You can see we bounced on it right here, bounced on it right here. If that comes down to 7, I think that'd be a great spot. Okay, no green dot yet, so you're going to want to use a tight stop loss. Watch for the green dot and then use that as a level to set your stop. So like, for example, this green dot came right here in April. That was at like $7. Your stop loss should have been right there. Okay, right there at $7. Okay, if you entered right there at 770 or whatever it was, went all the way up to 12. Here's Swift. Swift is still red there on the monthly, but it is right into the EMA. So I still like this one over a penny. I still like Swift over a penny. I'd be looking to buy that one on the next green dot as well. It's going to be really interesting to see how these names react. And again, Ethereum is still up above the EMAs. We have just been going sideways for the last 4 months. We broke out right there, and now we're retesting. Okay, we're retesting that level right there at 2,400. The dot is still green on the monthly. So again, we are looking to buy Ethereum on the next green dot, just like we did here, here, and here. Okay, all coming at the same price, 2,500. Okay, sometimes we go sideways, sometimes we go straight up. Okay, but this is a massive bull flag here. Okay, massive bull flag. Okay, and up above 2,400, ETH looks really good. I'd be looking to buy that one on the next daily dot. You just want that green dot on the monthly to hold here into July. If that can hold here into July, alts are going to go nuts. Okay, but if we break down below 2,400 and puke back down here to 2,000, altcoin season is just going to take a little bit longer to get to. So we'll play it by ear, but 2,400 is a huge level for Ethereum. And you can see that's where buyers stepped in last week. We're higher than we were last week, guys. We're up on the week. Okay, we're up 3% this week. I know that isn't much, but we're still up. We're not down. Does that make sense? We're higher than we were in the last 7 days. So I know it's hard to understand when the markets go down for 3 days. But again, they pumped it up. They flushed it down. They're playing with retail right now. They're playing with you guys. Okay? As long as the dot remains green on the monthly, we don't care. We don't care. Gregory says, next week, big news. SEC versus Ripple, XRP ETF, interest rates, and Genius Act. If we conquer just 2 of the 4, super bullish. I agree. That's awesome. That's a lot of stuff coming out next week, and I'm not surprised. And who wants to make a wager that this whole beef with Iran and Israel goes away next week? Who wants to make a wager here? It's all fake, just like the tariffs. It's a news media made thing that manipulates the markets. Okay, and I'm not saying that the thing is fake, right? I'm sorry for the Iranians who are affected. I'm sorry for the Israelis who are affected. War is a terrible thing. I don't believe in war. I don't believe in murder. I don't believe in killing. Okay, power and greed are 2 very, very nasty sins. Nasty. Okay? But again, we got to focus on the charts, not the news. Matic. When did I call it out, altcoin? Altcoin artisan. He said Jasmy's down since I called it out. When did I call it out? Do you remember? Matic's still looking okay here above 18, but honestly, it's still got a green dot here on the monthly. I think Matic is kind of a dead ecosystem, but I look to buy that one. That one's just tough. I just don't even like Matic. I don't think I'd invest in it, to be honest with you, but I'll put it on the list just because it still has a green monthly. Up above 70, I still like PayPal here. Okay, looking for a green dot on PayPal next week. Okay, that one also has it has a green candle, so it qualifies, right? It doesn't have a green dot yet, but it has a green candle. I like the pullback here into the EMAs. Okay, PayPal looks good. Just watch for the green dot, and then you can determine your stop loss after that. But that one's on the favorites list. Let's watch for a green dot on that one. ADA Cardano down below the EMAs as well. And still got a red dot here on the monthly. So we got some very important levels we need to save here, folks. If we do sell off for a couple days and go back down to 50 cents, guess what? That's where the buyers stepped in last time and sucked it right back up. So as long as you're not panic selling on red days, guys, you're going to make money in these markets. Okay? But you'll never make money if you panic sell every red day. So the big level for Cardano is 50 cents. So I would be looking to buy any green dot above 50 cents here. Okay, I'm going to keep that one on the favorites list. Looking for the green dot here next week. Here's Ondo. Ondo had the golden dot here back around 82 cents on June 2nd. Okay, and we're down 3 cents. And people are losing their minds in TikTok comments. They're just like, oh my God, they can't believe it. They can't believe it's down 3 cents off of the signal that tells you to buy and hold for 6 months, 1 to 6 months. And just like Altcoin Artisan here, I called Jasmine out a few weeks ago. Okay, 2-3 weeks ago. Okay, probably right in this area at 0.017. And it went down for 2 weeks. But again, if you were entering right here, your mindset should be 1 to 6 months out. So if you bought here and you're panic selling after 2 weeks, when you took a position with the mindset of 1 to 6 months, you shouldn't panic. Right? You could have had a stop loss set if you wanted to set one right there at 0.016. But again, it's all about the approach. If you guys are going in thinking that these things are going to go straight to $1 million overnight, which it seems like a lot of people have that scenario in their heads, right? If you entered here a couple weeks ago when I called it out for you to go 1 to 6 months. 1 to 6 months out. So like into the end of the year. So is it down for 2 weeks? Yeah, it is. It's unfortunate, right? But if you look at the long-term picture, okay, we had a big green candle right there in April. And yes, we had the breakout here. We had a nice breakout, a trend up, right? And now it's down. So that's just how the market does. It doesn't always go in our direction. But if we're keeping the 1 to 6 month mindset right now, I think you're going to be greatly rewarded. If you're panic selling 2 weeks later after you took a trade for 1 to 6 months out, that's on you. Okay? Talk to me at the end of summer, guys. I will admit I'm wrong if altcoin season doesn't happen this summer. I promise. I'll say, hey, I was wrong. I played it wrong. I got it wrong. But I can't say that sincerely until we get to August, September, October, November. I can't say I'm wrong. I just can't. I honestly will. I'm as humble as they come. I will be humbled if it doesn't happen. Okay, but the charts are just speaking to me, man. The charts look fantastic right now. This is not a time to sell. Again, look at Ondo's chart here. Okay, let's just zoom it out here. So you can come back here to 2024. What were we doing right here? What were we doing right here, guys? Nothing. Okay, we're up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. This move, when this happens, when you guys get the big parabolic run up like you guys saw in November, December, right? This move right here, okay? This is when everyone's buying. This is when retail is really, really excited, okay? This is when they're losing their minds, right? They're like, oh my God, it's the best thing to ever happen, right? They're really excited. They're enthusiastic. They're delusional. Right? XRP is going to $10,000 by the end of the year. Just watch. Right? They're saying stupid stuff. Every time this happens, you're always like, damn, I wish I was buying down here. I wish I bought onto it at 50 cents. Okay? You're not saying that right now, but look. Sideways. Building a base. This is called the smart money phase. Smart money is loading up here. They're throwing the book at us, guys. World War III, nukes, everything. They're throwing it all at us. Why are they doing that? To get us to panic, to get us to sell. Why do they want us to sell? Because they cannot buy unless you sell. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Does it make sense? They can't buy unless you sell. How do they get you to sell? Well, the same people, okay, you guys can look this up, okay, 6 media conglomerates. Okay, let me just put you guys on a little bit more game here. Did you guys know that 6 companies own all of the media? Okay, GE, News Corp, Disney, Viacom, Time Warner, and CBS. And this has probably changed a little bit over time. But there are 6 companies, 6 CEOs that own all the media. Everything we see on the media. okay, and a couple social media platforms. So they are in control of the narrative. Does that make sense? Do you know who owns those companies? The smart money. The big guys with billions and trillions. They're not little fish like us. They don't have tens, hundreds of thousands of dollars. They have trillions, hundreds of billions. Okay? And the only way they can buy is when you guys sell in this stage. This is when they want to load up. When we are doing nothing. This is nothing. This is up and down, right? 20% swings. If you want at this 600% move, you got to be able to sit through this little tiny dip. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? This little dip is nothing when you zoom out. This is the move we want to catch. That is the move. Up here, again, in our red zone, on our fib, on our Fibonacci up here at $2 in the red zone, okay? That is where we want to sell. We're not selling this little 3-day punch down. Nope, not panicking right here, guys. We're selling up here. That's what we're waiting for, okay? Same thing happened back here in 2024. Just boring, sideways, frustration, up, down, up, down, up, down. I've been doing this for 8 years, guys. 8 years, man. I've tried it all. I've tried day trading. I've tried everything. This is the best strategy to take. It is the easiest on your psyche. And I know it's very hard to keep that 1 to 6 month time frame when we're going up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down. But this isn't the move. This is not the move. This little 3 candle, that's not the move we're looking for. Not it. This is the move we're looking for. That one right there. Okay? Because again, when this happens again, and again, my prediction, my YouTube guy, Overkill, who looks at charts, who kind of sounds like a crazy guy on YouTube, prediction for this to happen is going to be in the next 1 to 6 months. I can't tell you the exact date. I don't got a crystal ball. Okay? But I guarantee you, if you're selling down here, you're going to be the one buying up here again. Saying, damn, I wish I bought down here at 60 cents. Okay? You're never going to say that down here. You're never going to say, damn, I wish I bought it 68, or damn, I wish. You're going to say that up here. You're going to say that up here. You understand? Does that make sense? Okay? Same thing. You can look at any chart, guys. Ethereum, back in 2024, what was it doing? Sideways, just up, down. Imagine if you panic sold right here on Ethereum back in 2024 at $2,300. You lost your ass. If you would have just held a little longer and waited for the actual move to happen, you would have been like, damn, I wish I was buying Ethereum down here at 2,000. Okay, same thing back here during this phase. Again, the markets only do 3 things, guys. 3 things. They go up, they go down, or they go sideways. Okay? If you can determine what phase we're in, you can make a lot of money if you can have some patience. Okay? And I believe altcoins are right here. Right here in this phase, going sideways. We're not going up crazy. We're not going down crazy. This happened in January. Okay? January, February, March, April. That happened. April, we called the bottom, though. Okay? We popped up, and now we're just doing this. So, be patient, guys. This strategy, you need patience. We're not day traders here. We're not trying to get the Lambo tomorrow. We need to wait 1 to 6 months for the Lambo. Sometimes a little bit longer. Okay? But, hey, if you want to be that guy that says, damn, I wish I was buying down here, and you're buying up here, go ahead. Wait for the big move to happen. Okay? Because we're not doing that here, man. Ondo still looks good. I'm staying bullish on Ondo off the gold dot. I really like it in this range. Looking to buy that one if you want to on a green dot. I don't see the point of buying it again if you guys bought the green dot, because you literally bought it at 82 cents. It's at 79 cents. You're down 2 cents. You're down 3%, 2%. TikTok's freaking out. Oh my God. He called the gold dot out and it's down 2%. Oh, what are we going to do? Oh, man. Again, just building the base, man. Building the base. If retail's excited, okay, that's when we should worry. Retail's not excited. Retail is fearful and uncertain right now. Okay? Perfect time to be loading up on projects that you believe in. Good quality projects. CCL, I like this one next week. Okay, this one looks good. It did have a monthly dot there for a second. It's pulling back now. I like this one a lot. It's up above the EMAs. Again, we were down in a downtrend. We broke out, pulled back, nice move, pulled back again. I really like CCL for next week. H bar. Let's check the macro stop loss on this. It's right there at 15. God, and it tapped it right on there last week, or what was that? Yesterday. Tapped 15 yesterday and held on. You saw buyers step in there. I'm not giving up on H bar until we close below 15 cents. That is the macro stop loss there. Okay, I would look to enter that one again on a green dot here on the daily as long as it comes up above 15. Solana holding on to 140 like a champ. Again, went right back down to the lows of yesterday. So up above 140, that would have to be my stop loss on Solana. If Solana breaks down below 140, it could get ugly. Okay, but as long as we hold 140, it doesn't look too bad. Okay, watch for a green dot on a daily. We need to hold that 140 level. Looking for a green dot on Solana here next week. Jasmy, this is what the altcoin artisan or whatever his name is was talking about. Yeah, we called this one out right here at 0.017. It went down over the last couple weeks. What I do is wait for a green dot on the monthly to re-enter on this one, or a weekly. Okay, it's got support. I mean, if it breaks down, it's probably not even going to go lower than that 0.008. I probably would have had a stop loss on this one right there at 0.016, though. Okay, so we want to see that one pop back up there. We're sitting right there at that low. I would have a stop loss at 0.012. I'd look to buy the green dot. This one's on the red list, though. So as long as that one holds that 0.012 level, it doesn't look bad. But you really want that one to recover this weekend. We need a green weekend, guys. But again, if you zoom out of the chart, we're just choppy, choppy, choppy. Again, if you would have got, imagine if you would have got liquidated or you guys would have panic sold right here. Okay, on this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 day dip right here. This is V-Chain. It went down for 6 days in a row. Gave you a big green dot right there. And went to 8 cents. Went up 300%. Okay, again, after just going sideways for a while. So we are stuck in the sideways phase. This is one of the most frustrating phases in the market. But it's the smart money phase. This is what the smart money understands. Okay, retail's very emotional right now. They're very emotional. Okay, so if you're keeping the 1 to 6 month vision, okay, nothing to worry about here. That's an ugly monthly candle, but I don't see this one going lower than that level right there, down there that we got in April at 0.017. Okay, watch for a green dot on that one on the daily, but we got to wait for that one to flip back to green on the monthly. So that one's in the red list now. SEI, same thing. Need that monthly confirmation. Okay, watching for the monthly there. Adobe selling off on their earnings. Still got the green dot there on the monthly, so that qualifies. We're going to wait for the green dot on Adobe here. Avave, this thing's been a monster, dude. Monster crypto, dude. This has defied everything. Okay, we're way up above the EMAs. This one, we're looking for a green dot there next week as well. If that one pulls back to like 220 to 240, be a great place to scoop that one up. Hot. You guys think we'll end the weekend? Will we end higher or lower this weekend? Guys, vote on this poll. I want to see what you guys think. Hot, we're up above that level. So again, we're looking to buy the pullback. This one's got a green monthly dot. So we are looking for the pullback and the green dot on the daily now. This was a beautiful place to buy here on June 4th at 15. Looking for the green dot on that one here. That looks really good. XCN's right down into the 200. I would look for the green dot on that one as well. Okay, it's actually right down to the place where I wanted to look to buy it. I just don't know too much about it. A lot of you guys in the Discord like it, but it does have a red monthly dot. So it really, really, really needs to save 0.012. If that breaks, it'll most likely come back down here. Watch for a green dot on that one. That's going to have to be the last line of defense, that next green dot there. Rose is still looking pretty ugly. TAO still looks good. Looking for a green dot on that one. We're sitting right on those EMAs. That one would need to have a stop loss right there at 350. 350 on the stop loss for TAO. Here's QNT. Stochastic back down on the floor. Bouncing right there on the 50. QNT looks really good here. Okay, looking for the green dot on that one. That one has a green monthly, so it qualifies. And it's looking really good. I really like that one above $90. But I would look to buy the next green daily dot on that one. That will be called out over there in the Discord. Here's SUI also, right down into a very important moving average here. Looking beautiful. Yeah, I like this one above 280. 280 would be the stop loss, but I would look to buy that one on the next daily green dot. That one is also, can't see the data here on the monthly. Ooh, we pulled back for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks. Got to see where that daily comes. We're sitting right on our moving average, right where we pulled back into right here. Watch for the green dot there on that one. AVAX, red on the monthly there. Okay, looking ugly. We got to wait till that one breaks back up above the EMAs, unfortunately. That one's on the red list. Here's Wolf. Wolf looks good. We're up over the EMAs, looking for the green dot now. That one is also green on the monthly. Okay, got a green candle here on the monthly chart. They're another crypto stock. Pepe's sitting right on its averages too. So good spot to buy here, right on the averages, as long as it holds that 0.0001 level. Okay, we need that green dot. INJ. INJ looks good over 11. This one have the monthly yet? No, it doesn't. Okay, but $11 is a big level. If we can hold on to 11 on INJ and get a green dot, that'd be a great entry. Okay, looking to buy that one on the next green dot. Just watch where it comes. WIF, also sitting on its average, putting in a triple bottom here. A triple bottom is where we bounce at the same spot 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Okay, trying to hold on to 80 cents, 78 cents there. I'd look to buy this one on the daily green dot. It is a meme coin, so keep that in mind. But it would have to hold 78 cents on the trade. Okay, that one's going on the green list as well. EOS breaking down. Okay, that one had the green monthly, but it got followed up with a red. And we lost our support right there. We lost our EMA. So that one is back on the red list there. Okay, that one will probably come back down here and test 45 or so. Mara, watching for a green dot there next week. Okay, still right there on the EMAs. Need to see that beautiful green dot right there. Really hope they de-escalate the war, guys. That would be big news over the weekend. That's the news we need. Here's Soxel. Okay, got a red dot here today. That one's going to be on the buy list for next week. Looking for the green dot. I'd love to see that one pull back into the 17.5 support level right there, right at that 50 EMA. That one is still green here on the monthly as well. Yeah, those green dots are called out over here in the Discord, in the daily alerts. Get the daily alerts over here. So all these ones we're putting on our list, these ones will all be called out here in the Discord throughout the week. So you guys will see that. The only green dots that are called out are only the ones on our watch list here. So those are just going to be all of these names here. Okay. Here's FET. FET is pulling back here on the monthly, but I still like this one above 60 cents. We're way oversold right now. I just want to see this one recover nicely. Okay, I want to see where that green dot comes. I'm going to keep that one on the list. Here's TAI. This is TARS AI. AI crypto play here on the Solana blockchain. I like the fact that the wave is getting way down here. The support I'd be watching is 8 cents. That's where we bottomed here last time. Looking for the green dot there next week. I still think that one looks really good. USO, this is United States Oil. So like I said, all that clash over there inside of Iran is really good for United States Oil because most likely Iran is not going to be able to produce oil while they're getting nuked or bombed or whatever. So that means oil companies and oil in the United States, the demand for it goes up, which means the price goes up, right? It's all demand, supply and demand. So USO, I wouldn't buy this one next week, but I'd be looking for a pullback on it. Okay, but I don't think we're going to get that next week. I would look for that one into next week. Okay, I'd probably keep that one on the list just because I want to see when the next green dot comes, but that is a big breakout right there. Okay, just like FSLR, how I showed you guys, that free solar, how that broke out. We want to wait for that first pullback into the EMA and then take our entry. That is how we're going to play United States oil, if we decide to play it. Okay, a pullback to 70 to 72 would be beautiful. Here's ZBCN. This one's on the green list. That's on the favorites list. I want to see that one give us a daily green dot. Again, everyone was excited to buy ZBCN. You saw all those influencers telling you, oh, I'm selling my house. I'm selling everything to buy ZBCN. You guys were seeing that rhetoric up here at 0.007. Okay, right here is where you should have bought ZBCN. That green dot right there around 0.017. That was a 600% trade. You made 600% if you traded that. Now it pulled back. Now that we got the pullback, we want to look for the next signal. That's where you're going to want to buy ZBCN, and that will be called out over here in the daily alerts there. Here's Roblox, way too high. Okay, way too high. We want to see that one pull back into the averages, just like it did right here. Okay, beautiful time to buy Roblox right there at 55. Same thing right here at 52. Ripsky, up 100%. PLTR, also too high. Okay, it's a day trading stock. Okay, you want to see this one pull back. So that's on the blue list. If it's on the blue list, there's still very strong trends. We just want to see it pull back into the averages. Okay, we're too far off of the mean. We don't want to buy names that are too far off of the mean. For the average, way up off of the mean, okay, that means we're in profit taker territory. That's when everybody's buying. That's when everyone's talking about it. That's when everyone's having a good time. If they're already talking about it, you're too late. That's where we want to be taking profits. And again, you can use our selling strategies that we went over here on Roblox, okay, and you could see that it's up here in the red zone. So we want to be looking to sell the red dots in the red zone. We're never going to time the exact top, but we want to get out close, okay? And the monthly also getting really close to that stochastic, the top of that stochastic there. So as a trader, right, as someone who trades, swing trades, we're looking to take profits up here or use a trailing stop loss. You could use a stop loss right there at 91. 91 on the stop loss for Roblox. Net, also, way too far off there. Okay, looking to take profits there on that red dot. Okay, still very strong trend. This is Amazon-owned company. Great time to be buying right here at 110. You made almost 100% there over the last couple of months. But we want to see that one retrace. Dash also. Want to see a retracement. Okay, that one's going on the pullback list. Axon, too high. Dollar General, too high. We called the Dollar General out right here at 87. We called it out right here at 85. Again, we broke out of the downtrend, pulled back, ripped, pulled back, ripped, pulled back into the average, and ripped. Okay, but now we're too far off of those averages. SE, too high. It's pulling back a little bit. The wave's back down below there. Ugh. It's very overbought. I want to see a dramatic pullback. It does have a red dot, so we can look for a green dot there next week. CCJ, too high. Too high. Netflix, too high. I want to see Netflix pull back just like it did right here into the 200, just like it did here, just like it did here, just like it did here. We're way too far off of that level to be looking to take a position. Again, you use the fib. We're in the red zone. We never want to buy in the red zone. We want to buy down here in the golden zones on the fib. Okay, if you guys can't see the golden zones or the red zone on your indicator when you get it, you just have to come in here. You have to click this down arrow and then unhide it. Okay, and then you can hide it. You can hide the EMAs. You could do whatever the hell you want. Okay, but Netflix is too high for us. We already covered H-bar, my friend. You're going to have to go back and watch the replay. But what I will tell you is as long as it holds 15 cents, I still like it. AT&T, too high. Velo. That one's got a green monthly. Okay, but not for next week. Okay, you should have been entering right here at around 127. So we got to wait for the next green dot on that one. ABT, same thing, too high. Silver, way too high. Silver's ripping. Gold and silver, both ripping. Here's WM, not my favorite for next week. HWM too high. Amazon, what's Amazon doing? Okay, Amazon's getting the pullback we were looking for now. Okay, great pocket to buy Amazon right here. Again, we were stuck in a downtrend, stuck in a downtrend, stuck in a downtrend. Broke out, pulled back, doing the Ripski. Okay, same kind of thing here. Waiting for the pullback in the green dot. The next green dot on Amazon, I think, is going to be a great place to take an entry there. TKO, I want to see a pullback on TKO and a green dot. Let's watch for the green dot on that one. Here's Hype. Want to see a pullback on Hype. CrowdStrike. Want to see a pullback on CrowdStrike. Again, if we have separation off the EMAs, guys, if you have that separation, we do not want to be looking for an entry. We want to wait for a dramatic pullback into the mean, just like right here, just like right here. Okay, we don't want to be buying up here. Okay, we want to be buying into the EMAs. Again, this one's in the red zone. We don't want to buy in the red zone on the Fibonacci. How do you know if it's in the red zone on the Fibonacci? It has an extension there off of those EMAs, so that one's too high. PANW, too high. Disney, too high. Looking for a pullback. MNST, too high. Looking for a pullback. MU just skyrocketed. Again, another golden dot we called out back here in April. Right there around 65. You're up 100% off the golden dot, guys. Golden dot is a 1 to 6 month swing trade signal. That took 2 months to go 100%. But now we want to see it pull back here. So if you're in it still, I'd set a trail and stop at around 110. In case 110 breaks, we'll most likely come back down to 95. I still really like it for a long. Doesn't mean we can't have pullbacks along the way. But if you're up 100% off the dot, I mean, it's always a good place to take at least 50% off. If you make double your money and then you sell 50%, you're just playing with profits from there. Okay? And let me explain that real quick. I know I've done that in a few videos, but if you're up 100% on a name, okay, so let's just say you invested $5,000 into MU and you made 100%. That's like doubling your money, right? So now you have 10,000. Well, now if you sell half, 50% of your position, we're just going to divide by 2, and look what you got, 5,000. So you get your initial investment back by selling half, and you let the profits ride, okay? And then if it pulls back, like it should, okay, if it pulls back here into 95, you could buy more. But right now, I'd use a trailing stop right there at around 110 on MU. Okay, not going to look to buy that one next week. Again, our opportunity was down here and right in this pocket right there at 95. Okay, too high for next week. OKLO needs to pull back. Snow needs to pull back. MST, or Microsoft needs to pull back. Meta needs to pull back. And it looks like that pullback has started. So let's watch that one next week. We got EVGO. Want to see the pullback on that one as well. Okay, watching that one for a pullback next week. But again, that one has the monthly signal there. Beautiful looking signal there. I don't even know what this thing is. I want to look it up really quick. If you guys are a member of the Discord, you guys can use this research tool. So you just type in /info, hit enter, and then type the ticker in. And then click it, and then hit enter. And it pulls up everything about the company. So it is a leading provider in electric vehicle charging services across the United States. The primary function of the company is to build, own, and operate a vast network of EV fast charging stations. So that's an EV play for you guys. But again, I like the fact that we're breaking out here. I want to see a pullback into like 350 or so with a green dot. We'll watch that next week. Here's Ulta. I want to see a pullback on Ulta. Datadog looks good, breaking out over the EMA. I like that one on a green dot next week. AMAT, this one's too choppy for me. Going in the red list. Cisco, need a pullback. Not on the favorites. GE, getting a pullback here. Let's watch that for a green dot here next week. This is another one that could perform very, very well if we actually do end up having a World War III. GE, they make engines and stuff like that for vehicles. So here's Schwab, need a pullback on Schwab. IBM, need a pullback. Okay, NVO looks good. Okay, I want to see a green dot on it, but that could come down there at 70. I like that one. Let's watch that. Coca-Cola, very choppy here. Not interested in trading Coca-Cola. Zillow, need a pullback. Stochastic's too high. Boeing pulling back. There was a plane crash. So again, noise. Okay, shake people out of the stock. Okay, watch it for a green dot on Boeing. And rest in peace to all the people who were affected by that. I'm sorry. And that news obviously affects Boeing stock. I don't think they understand or know what happened yet, but when a Boeing plane crashes, that's always a risk to the stock. I would love to pick up Boeing down at 180. So let's watch that one for a green dot there next week. Here's Gilead. I don't know about these healthcare stocks, man. Red on the monthly, so let's get rid of that one. TSM. Need a pullback. Need a pullback on TSM. We covered H-bar, guys. You're going to have to watch the replay here. I'll take some chart requests here if we got some time. We're almost through the rest of these names. TXN. That one's pulling back. Watching for a green dot next week. Robinhood also looking for a pullback on that one. We need the pullback. ADSK. That one's pulling back. Looking for a green dot on that one. Oops. That one should be on the favorites list there. Boom. TSM too high. Need a pullback. It's going to be interesting to see how the weekend goes, for sure. Okay, with all this war stuff. And again, the war is like COVID, guys. Like, it could be a black swan like COVID to where the markets just completely fall out. I mean, there's nothing I could say to prevent that or do or look at the chart of. Like, that's called a black swan event. An event that happens that is unforeseen, that causes an overreaction in the markets. But regardless, I ain't selling nothing, man. I ain't getting shaken out because I believe we are buying, if you're talking about altcoins right now, at extremely, extremely good prices right now, okay? When everyone else is doubtful, they call it FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt, okay? That is when you typically want to be buying, and there's a lot of that right now. So not a lot of enthusiasm, right? People aren't telling everybody, all their family and friends to buy right now, okay? People are more scared, okay? Uncertain. That's right here. We're right here. Okay, but some of these names, like AVGO's had a massive run up. This one needs to pull back. Airbnb. Yeah, we can look for a green dot on that one next week. Here's COF, Capital One. Nice pullback starting here. Looking for a green dot on that one. I would love to buy that one down here around 170 next week. Trump coin. Fucking garbage, dude. Garbage. Yeah, that one's going on the red list. X, looking for a green dot on that one. This is United States Steel. CELH. This was a beautiful. This is probably the stock of the year for us. Breakout, pullback, rip, pullback, rip, pullback, rip. Okay, now it's probably going to pull back here again. It could keep going here, but we're watching that one for a green dot. And that one's got a lot of room to go all the way back to the top. All the way back to the top of the fibs, around $90. Okay, that's 120% higher. Okay, and again, we got that green dot back there in March, right around $26. Boom, you're up 100%. Merry Christmas. Okay, but if that pulls back to 36, that'd be great. Watching for a green dot on that one next week. Here's ELF. ELF also, big winner off the golden dot back here in April. Again, 1 to 6 month swing trade, not a get rich quick overnight thing. Hold, buy and hold for 1 to 6 months. That came at 50. Ripped all the way up to 120. You guys are literally up. If you played the golden dot, you're up 163% on ELF. Okay, I want to see a pullback on this one, though, to like $90. If we could pick this up at 90, that would be awesome. Okay, looking for a green dot on that one next week. Target's chopping around. So you zoom out, not going down, not going up. We're just going sideways right now. I like Target for next week on a green dot. Ethereum Classic. Okay, this one classically needs to hold $16. That'd be my stop loss on the trade, but I think it is still red there on the monthly as well. So up above 16, I still like it. Watch for the daily next week. Shiba, still red there on the monthly. Okay, we need the confirmation there on the monthly. So that one's going on the red list. We got to put ETC on the red list too. Okay, we're trimming. Okay, we're trimming some of these names this week. ON's green on the monthly. Got the green dot there on the monthly for ON. So again, looking to buy the pullback here into the EMA. Looking for a green dot on ON. That's a semiconductor here for next week. Would love to buy that one down there at 44. American Express. coming down there, looking for a green dot there next week. Again, up above the EMAs, we are looking to buy the green dots. That one looks good. Let's put that one on the watch list next week. Yeah, I mean, every crisis, like I showed you guys at the beginning, every crisis always, a crisis normally is what catapults the markets. I mean, if you guys come back to the COVID dip, all the way back in 2020, look at the COVID dip. Okay, this was panic time. We went from 10,000 all the way down to 4,000. But what happened when the dip was over? What happened down here? Once we hit 4,000, this is Bitcoin, by the way, and this was COVID. COVID was in March of 2020. Okay, look what happened afterwards. Ripski. Okay, 20x trade. So again, if you're selling when everyone's panicking, you're going to lose. Remember what I told you guys about that financial advisor? Okay, he said when the markets are going down, when everyone's panicking, everybody's down. Everybody. Okay, everybody holding a 401k, everybody's panicking. What matters is how you react to the situation. Okay, how you react to the situation. If you're like, oh my God, I got to sell. That's when you lose. That's when you lose, right? You do not want to panic. And the best thing to do when markets are going down is to sit on your hands or buy more. That's all we can do. Okay? Again, you felt like a total, I don't even know the word for it. If you panic sold the COVID dip and missed out on that, I don't know how you could live with yourself. I don't. I'll take a few requests here once we get through the rest of these names, guys. DAL selling off here. Need a green dot on that one. Does that one have a monthly green dot yet? No, but I think it popped up there for a second. So watching 44 on this one. Okay, I don't like the setup though. That one's going on the red list. Let me check the 4 hour real quick. Yeah. No green dot yet. UAL, same thing, kind of coming down here. That didn't cross. That one needs to hold 70. I'm not going to give up on that one until it breaks 70 there. NVTS, this one's just using that 9 EMA as support there. As long as that one holds 7, but too high for me. I want to see it pull back to like 4. Too high. MasterCard pulling back. Let's watch for a green dot on that one. Visa, same thing, pulling back. Great spot to buy Visa back here at 310 last time. Let's watch that one for a pullback. Loving the same old you. SMCI looks good. Need a green dot on that one. Okay, I believe that one has the monthly green dot as well. So that one's popping up there. You got SoFi here. Red dot, watching for a pullback on that one and a green dot. That one looks good for next week. LPT actually looks good. This is a cryptocurrency. That one's right back into the average there. So as long as that one can hold on to like $6, it looks good. Would look to buy this one on the next green dot there. Riot looks good next week too. Okay, looking for that pullback into like 9. Again, you got a monthly green dot here. This is a cryptocurrency miner. Looking for a pullback into like $8.50, $9 next week. Here's AIOZ. Big fatty candle there on the weekly, and they gave it all back. Okay, but it's still fine above 30 cents there. Still fine above 30. That's where we bounced right here in last week. Okay, we're still higher than we were last week. I know it's crazy after a pullback like that, but we're still higher. Okay, we're 20% higher than we were last week. So, like I said, if you guys can't take the volatility of crypto, don't trade crypto. Trade stocks. Trade high market cap stocks. Okay, because the crypto markets are very volatile. But up above 30, I still like AOZ. Let's watch that one for a green dot next week. Here's ICP. Broke out. Got a green candle here on the monthly. I like ICP next week. Looking for a green dot on that one. Look at a bounce right here at 540. That'd be beautiful. I would buy that one on a green dot, though. Here's SBET. Okay, again, everyone was excited about this one up here at 120. It's all the way back down at 9. So this one's actually interesting. I actually am going to look to buy that one off a green dot if it comes. Because, again, you had this big overreaction to the upside. It went from literally $3 to 120, and now it's pulled all the way back to 9. That's very, very volatile. So treat that like a penny stock, but watch for that green dot there on the daily. Oxy, this is another oil and gas company that I think we should keep our eye on next week. We'll put that one on the watch list, and also COP. Both of those have monthly dots here, and that is the watch list, ladies and gentlemen. These are all the favorites for next week. I'll go ahead and share that list with you guys. You guys can look it over this weekend. That'll be over here in the watch list tab. Okay, today is June 13th. Okay, so you guys can review this video, check out that watch list for next week. Again, all the signals, all those green dots that we talked about on the daily time frame that we're going to be looking for next week will be called out over here inside of the daily alerts section. If you guys got chart requests, go ahead and get them in. I'll answer a few of them before we sign off here. If I miss them, we will be taking chart requests from the Discord here on Monday. Just put your chart requests here in the chart request thread. If you don't see the chart request thread, it's probably because you're not a member yet. If you guys haven't signed up for the Discord membership, we have about 2,000 members over here. You guys can sign up for as little as $4 a month. That's what's going to get you those monthly, weekly, and daily, along with the golden dot signals over here in the trade alerts. So you guys can check that out. Again, it's $4 a month, less than a Starbucks coffee every single month if you guys want to join the Overkill Army. And you'll be able to request charts here on Monday. It says you can't type right now because I haven't opened it up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open it up on Monday morning, and you guys can put your chart requests in there Monday morning, and I will be covering all of these on Monday's stream. We are live here Monday, Wednesday, and Friday every single week. I don't think I'm going to be live next Friday. Me and the wife are going to be traveling, but I should be live Monday and Wednesday next week. I'll keep you guys updated in the Discord. So if you guys got chart requests, go ahead and drop them real quick. I'll do 5-10 minutes of chart requests, then I'm going to sign off here. I see one here for ADA. Yeah, we covered ADA. That one's on the favorites list for next week. I still like it above 50 cents. As long as it could hold 50 cents, I would say we're still bullish on it. That's where we bought them back here in April. So just looking for a daily green dot to average in. Again, we're just going sideways right now. Again, when we go sideways, people get very antsy, very impatient. That's just the name of the game, okay? When this comes, you're going to be saying, damn, I wish I would have bought, right? Like you should have been buying down here at 30 cents. I don't know when that's going to happen, guys. I don't know when the big parabolic move's going to happen. I'm sitting here telling you guys I think it's going to happen in the next 1 to 6 months. I could be totally wrong. We can go into World War III. All of us could get drafted, and we could all be shooting at each other here pretty soon. I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball on how stuff works, but I do know how to read a chart pretty well. And again, 1 to 6 month time frame, we're going sideways up above 50 cents. I still really like it. Keto, Kaito. That one looks good. That one pulled right back into the moving average. I just wait for the green dot, but it looks like it's trying to bottom right here at 135. Curious on your opinions on these three stocks. WSM. That one's red on the monthly, so I'm not too sold on that one, and it's down below the EMAs. So not my favorite. If you want to play it, wait for the green dot, see where that comes. RGTI. I would like to buy RGTI. I would have liked to buy it down here at like 7. It's got a red dot. I would wait for that one to pull back into support there. I don't know why I took this one off of my buy list here, because it is still very bullish. I'm actually going to add this one back to the favorites list. That one will be on that list there. But if that pulls back to like $8-9, I think that'd be a great place to look to buy that one. They're still not making very much money, though, so they're like a penny stock, so keep that in mind. They're only making like $1 million a quarter, so $8 right here would have been a great spot to buy it, right there into that EMA, but right now we're just trying to bounce on that 50. APLD, Applied Digital. Yeah, that one's coming down now, so you should have sold that one here on the red dot there on June 9th at around 14 bucks. Got the red dot, again, in the red zone. Beautiful place to sell is a red dot in the red zone, and now that one's coming down. So I'd watch for that one to reset down here into like 7. Down there into 7. What can you do? Running, sir. LQTY. Is that a crypto? That one looks good. That one's up above the EMAs. Okay. your green there on the monthly. I like this one. Liquidity. Okay, that one looks good as long as it holds 80 cents. I'd look for the green dot, but that one doesn't look like it wants to go below 90. That's a good call out. Stacks. Yeah, we talked about stacks here. We need the monthly signal on stacks. Okay, that's the next place to buy stacks. We had a green candle here, but we're puking back now. Okay, we failed to hold on to those EMAs right here. Stop loss should have been right there at 80 cents, right below the EMAs. We broke, and now we're just melting down. So that one could most likely come back down here to like 48 cents. That'd be a good spot to look for an entry. I would just be watching the daily here, but ultimately you want to watch the larger time frames like the weekly and the monthly right now, okay, for those signals. Okay, if you're still in the position, just continue to hold. When you get the weekly or the monthly, okay, you could buy more. You could average down on your position. I don't think that one's going to break 50 cents. If it does, it'll probably come back down here to like 20. But again, we got to wait for the signal from the indicator on the weekly or the monthly, the macro time frames there. Yeah, APLD could set up nicely. It just needs to pull back into these EMAs to like $7-8. And that's it. All I see for requests, guys. Thanks for tuning in today. We'll see you guys Monday for those chart requests. Again, if you guys have chart requests, if you're watching the replay, get them in here. That'll be open. The thread will be open on Monday for you guys to put them in. So I don't keep them open all weekend because then there'll be like a million requests. So on Monday morning is when I open the chart request thread. And if you are a member, you will be able to put those chart requests in there on Monday. I hope you guys have a great weekend. If you guys need anything, feel free to reach out to me. My email is right here at overkillinvesting.club. You could always talk to me over here inside the Discord too. We got a great group of investors over here. General chat. We got a stock chat and we got a crypto chat if you guys want to invest. Or not invest, but talk to other investors here that have the same outlook as us. Again, we take a very different approach. I do have a free trading course over here if you guys are new. There's 7 or 8 videos over here you guys can watch. And you can learn a little bit more about the strategy. We're swing traders, again, focused on the 1 to 6 month time frame. We're not day traders here. We're taking a longer approach, a more macro approach to the markets. It's a lot easier on the psyche. You don't got to sit in front of your computer all day. You can check your charts once or twice a day, and that's it. Again, that 1 to 6 month time frame. So that's interesting, guys. Let's connect. Become a member over here for less than a Starbucks coffee a day, and you guys can get full access to everything that we offer, and would love to have you guys on the team. So with that being said, any crazy news here? Nothing happening here. Nothing happening. Looks like Trump, his company's SEC registration for a Bitcoin treasury is officially effective. Yeah, the stock is unmoved. So no crazy news. We do post a lot of news over here, though, in the Discord as well, so you guys can check that out. If you guys need anything, like I said, hit me up in support chat or shoot me an email. We'll see you guys on Monday's stream. And if you need me over the weekend, hit me up in the Discord. I will be active. God bless you all. Have a great weekend. And we'll see you soon.